Hello teachers, this video is being created to help you understand a sample unit that has been created to go with the Western Hemisphere Economics and Political Interaction unit in 6th grade. At the end of this video, you'll see the URL that allows you to access this sample unit. My goal is to model the thinking that takes place for me as I plan for this unit of study. There are two aspects of my planning process that differ from your approach. One is that I don't know the students in front of you. Another difference is I don't know what tools or resources are available in your school and your classroom. For this reason, please know that if you use this sample unit, you'll need to cater it for your teaching style and the students you have in your classroom. In this sample unit, you'll also notice that a few sections of the unit have not been planned for you. I provide conceptual and skill goals, and I direct you towards resources that you might use, but my broader goal involves showing you how I think through planning, while giving you the opportunity to plan in a similar way within this unit. In the beginning of planning, I always read and make sense of Stage 1. If I develop strong awareness of the goals within this unit, I feel like my use of resources is much more intentional and purposeful. Second, I organize and bundle or group Stage 1 desired results so they can be applied within different chunks of the unit. As a planner, I focus most significantly on two sections of Stage 1, what students should understand and what students should be able to do. You might ask why. For me, understandings help me to recognize the broader conceptual ideas. While essential questions help me in my planning, I often redesign these questions depending on the ideas we might be addressing within a chunk of learning. Second, the section that reveals what students should be able to do guides me towards the skills and processes of the unit. For me, if I plan using these two components, then my instruction will highlight critical thinking about the concepts and the thinking skills and thought processes of the social studies disciplines. In this unit, students engage in thinking as economists and as young global citizens. Let's shift to the sample unit. First, you'll notice that I've identified some of my foundational beliefs related to quality instruction. These foundational beliefs are connected to many of the spontaneous decisions that I make throughout the day. I've listed these in case you have not considered your own foundational beliefs. You might examine these beliefs and compare them to your own beliefs about good instruction. You'll see some additional links to help you see what I'm thinking about with some of these ideas. For this unit, I used a tool that lives within Stage 3. It's the unit outline. Next, I used different resource bundles to find resources that I might use with my students for each of the different chunks of learning. You'll notice that I have not planned out every single little detail for the unit. If I have my unit outlined, then there's room for me to make instructional decisions day to day due to my own observation of students through my daily formative assessment processes. At the same time, I still have a strong sense of where the unit is going and how we're planning on using different resources throughout the unit. You'll see that this unit is divided into something that I call chunks of learning. In a chunk, I've identified a question or two that will guide our learning. Today, when we talk about inquiry learning, this is something that we're referring to. Open-ended questions that allow students to use their facts and their information skillfully. We'll revisit these questions throughout the unit as new facts are learned. These questions are open-ended and they have many answers. Since they have such broad answers, it helps me to know that they are conceptual in their design. Conceptual thinking is difficult for students, and I know that I'll have to model how I use our facts to answer these questions. If I don't do any modeling, I'm merely asking students to answer the question. If I model the thinking, I'm teaching students how to answer the question. In each chunk, you'll also see how I've identified a few skills that we'll address. Students might demonstrate these skills in a variety of ways, but I'm also going to consider what modeling needs to take place so students can demonstrate this type of disciplinary thinking. One thing you might ask yourself is, where are the facts? I feel like if I point towards the concepts and towards the skills, the facts get pulled along in tow. For me as a planner, I do not want to focus on the facts. I want to focus on the design of a unit that elevates thinking. As you move through this sample unit, again, you'll see a few sections that are not designed. Just like scaffolding for students, I've tried to provide scaffolding for you as a planner, and sometimes I have to step away and allow you to transfer new learning to your planning process. In the end, I hope you pause to reflect on new ideas and new approaches to your planning process. To access this sample unit, use this link. Remember, you're never going to design a perfect unit, but that's what teaching is all about, giving it your best shot and then trying to make it a bit better the next time around. Thanks for taking the time to listen to my thinking.